1, the 6'7" junior from Charlotte. And the lead trimmed to 3 for the Eagles. Trap in the backcourt. Over and back, Baskerville jumped and then was in the backcourt. That's a close call. It goes to the Hokies.
And that's the way that James Johnson wants to be able to play. Right now, he doesn't feel as though they have enough depth to be able to press a lot. However, the full court pressure, he wants to be able to play that way. And this one turning another turnover for Georgia Southern due to the full court pressure.
Eric Green for the Hokies. And Brown gets a touch, top of the key. Gets around the trap and drives. Fires. Barksdale on their offensive board.
C.J. Barksdale doing a great job on offensive glass, and this time being able to convert it into a second chance points opportunities. And Virginia Tech has a size advantage on their boards. That's one of the things that Barksdale and Cedarian Raines are going to have to continue to do, is pursue missed opportunities and see if they can pick them up for scores.
4 straight turnovers for the Eagles. Hokies defense clamping down. And there's another one. So look at Barksdale's strength inside.
And Robert Brown attacking the basket, and of course Georgia Southern having to help, leaving an open opportunity at the glass for C.J. Barksdale. Barksdale doing a great job, not only gathering the rebound, but gathering his momentum and his balance, being able to put it back for 2.
Hokies looking for their first lead of the game. There's Eddie. In and out. Southern's been quiet offensively. And Roberts with the, gotta call that one off the glass, they'll take it.
I'm not sure that's the way they expected to break the drought, but you're right. Coach Young will definitely take it when they hadn't scored in so long.
Nice split for Green, and there's that patented running one-hander.
Derek Green does a great job taking advantage of defenses trying to trap him off a pick and roll, splitting, getting low, and more importantly, pulling up mid-range instead of going all the way to the basket, picking up a charge.
C.J. Reed, ankle and tendonitis early in the season, starting to come around for the Eagles offense. Baseline waiting for a chance. Only 6 on the shot clock now for Georgia Southern. Roberts is open. What a big shot.
That's the more conventional. Didn't call the bank on that one, but a great dish by Reed, kicking it out and knocking down a three-pointer, and now they've got their momentum going a little bit. Roberts is a huge shooter for them.
Eddie trying to answer. And look at that battle inside. Baskerville against Barksdale. Three doesn't go inside, but we got a foul. Timeout on the floor. Georgia Southern up by 5 against the
point guard, the guy that averaged 5 assists over his career, and he's got a point guard in C.J. Reed, who's basically a quarterback on the court for him.
Southern basketball, the inbound and the entry, but out of bounds is Bussey as he stepped over the line. Well, if the outside's not working for the Hokies, Corey, early on, they're 10-2, 10 points to only 2 for Georgia Southern points in the paint.
And that's it. Virginia Tech is a team that attacks the basket with Eric Green and Robert Brown especially. They're going to have to continue to do that if they're not going to knock down threes.
Another jumper out of the corner. That one doesn't roll through, and here comes Georgia Southern again. Cameron Dunnican in for the first time. High-low play for Daniels. Short arms it a little bit, and the Hokies recover. Green with the speed. Blocked away and a bad pass into the backcourt. So
the wall up against the basket to make sure that Eric Green doesn't get an easy look.
Dunnigan with his 13th career block shot. Trying to become a force for the Eagles inside. Ferguson low blocks will back it all the way out. Daniels has been active, and Roberts trying another three. Tapped out of bounds and saved by Dunnigan to his teammate Daniels, but can't get it. And there's Ferguson with a chance. Ball loose to Green by himself. And one. Amazing body control there from Green.
And it doesn't matter how many guys you put back. Now you look at Georgia Southern, the way they attack the offensive board, they got more than many opportunities at the rim, unable to finish them. But you look at the way that Eric Green gets out and pushes it. Doesn't matter how many defenders there are, he's going to challenge you. 1-on-3, Eric Green still coming up with the basket and opportunity for a three-point play.
A little pinball wizard there from Eric Green, the ball bouncing around. It looked like 3.5, 4 chances there for Georgia Southern.
They've been attacking the offensive glass, but if they want to continue to compete with Virginia Tech in this game, they're going to have to be able to take advantage of scoring those second chance opportunities, because Virginia Tech, when they get out and run, if they get out in transition, they are hard to defend.
Free throw there from Green. 21 or more points in every game so far this season for the Hokies. Crowd wanted to travel. Ferguson will back it out. Southern still up by 2. They've led from the beginning at Castle Coliseum. CJ Reed can't get that one to go, and a travel for Dunnigan.
Another opportunity. Missed shot, offensive rebound for Georgia Southern, and these are the things that they'll go back and watch the tape and kick themselves up. If they don't walk out of here with the win, look at this and say, hey guys, look at all the opportunities we had right at the rim to be able to put points on the board.
Green will drive again. That one's blocked. Rankin with the rebound. The ball rolls out for Southern. Roberts is knocked out, and it's a foul against the Hokies. ESPN College Basketball is available anytime, anywhere on your computer or mobile device via WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. So Georgia Southern is matching the Hokies' speed right now.
They really are, and more importantly, they're matching it, getting back in transition, not giving Virginia Tech a lot of opportunities, in transition where they truly like to score. And that's how they get up to the 80 points a game, is getting out and beating the teams up and down the floor.
Eagles are up by 2, but have 10 turnovers already in the first 15 minutes. Roberts, though, feeling the hot hand early in this game. 3 3-pointers.
And he's been the difference. His 3 3-pointers right now, which gives Georgia Southern a 5-point lead. He's been the difference, because when they were struggling offensively, he was the guy who stepped up and knocked down 2 threes. And as Virginia Tech continues to get this game closer, Roberts continues to step up and knock down shots.
Charles Young talked about him, thinking he could be one of those guys, a big-time leader, big-time scorer in the future. And boy, what a freshman start he's had for the Eagles. And Eric Green gets it going. A little bit of a silly foul there, unfortunate for Ferguson, and Green will walk down, and they'll shoot free throws for the rest of the half.
And I'm not going to jinx him, but this is another guy you don't want to put at the line, because he gets to the line and just steps up and knocks him down, and normally very calmly, and he does it at crunch time as well. I mean, he's had games where he's gone 16 for 16 from the free throw line. He doesn't miss when he gets there often.
That record against UNC Greensboro, 4th best in ACC history. Not a jinx. There we go. Can't jinx those kind of guys, boy.
Yeah, well, one thing about Eric, I know him a little bit. He doesn't listen to me anyway, so therefore,
smart kid.
Exactly. He's not gonna hear that jinx.
So the lead down to 3, and some pressure from the Hokies. Roberts outside will drive to the free throw line. CJ Reed sets up for a 3 and hits it again.
And it's been the 3-ball recently that has really given Georgia Southern the advantage over Virginia Tech.
The Valley early on, and then went on a huge run.
And a lot of that had to do with the fact that Valley made three-pointers early, and they were not able to make them late in the first half and into the second half. And Virginia Tech's defense and of course, the transition, running them up and down the floor, I believe, wore them down some. But one of the reasons teams get get good looks against Virginia Tech is because they do post trap, which leaves open someone on the perimeter. And if you're able to knock down those shots, you're going to have a chance against the Hokies.
Big free throws for Van Zegeren, 47% coming in, and missed his first two, then hits those two. And the lead down to 4. Nearing the 4-minute mark, first half, Castle Coliseum in Blacksburg, Virginia. Roberts for Reed on the right side. Bainham is trapped. Reed from the left side off the mark. Eddy slaps the rebound, and another foul on the rebound against the Eagles. Timeout on the floor, under 4 minutes left.
Right now, Virginia Tech trying to get the ball out of the post players' hands and make the guys on the outside beat them.
However, the Hokies are drawing fouls, 10 team fouls against the Eagles, and back to the line is Jarrell Eddy.
I didn't want to talk about Eddy while he was at the free throw line, just to make sure I didn't take any part of that jinx thing.
This is not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen this afternoon. And Eddy, what a player for the Hokies here. Very important. Coach Johnson talked about he likes the energy from Eddy, but he wants him to step it up even more. C.J. Reed on the right side for Cleon Roberts and Georgia Southern. Driving, but a little bit out of control is Dunnican. Gets the call, though.
And Dunnican doing a great job taking advantage of the aggressiveness of Virginia Tech. As you see, Van Zegeren jumps way out, and they run a slip, which is what a slip is basically when you fake the pick and roll, and you slip right to the basket. And a great job, great pass by Reed, putting his teammate right in the position where he's right at the basket, an opportunity to score.
Dunnican's first free throw attempt of the season doesn't go. And Brown returns for Marquise Rankin. There's the numbers for Dunnican, a sophomore at 6'8" from Sumter. And the ball rolls out of bounds to the Hokies.
But you still have to be impressed with what Georgia Southern is doing here in the first half. And they're doing this really without their best player. Ferguson, who's on the bench with foul trouble, has 2 fouls. And Coach Young, still with the lead, is opting to keep him out right now to make sure he stays aggressive in the second half. But if they can maintain this lead, they will be in good shape going into halftime, especially with Ferguson getting back on the court.
Ball lost, though, and a steal for Cleon Roberts. Nice ball movement on the left side. Too hard for Bussey, though. And out of bounds. Coming up in just a few minutes on our ESPN 3 halftime report from Blacksburg, you'll see many of the Hokie basketball players' alums who were invited back to the campus this weekend. Also, Jimmy Dykes with Jarrell Eddy. In addition, we'll recap the first half. We'll also wind up the highlight reel and take a look at the stats as well. Coming up, stay tuned. Bainham gets another rebound. Gets the touch on the low blocks, backs it out to the wing. Roberts goes to Reed, and halfway through the shot clock, they'll reset. Reed past the trap, and the ball knocked out by Robert Brown.
And the great hands by Robert Brown, because if he doesn't get his hands on the basketball and Reed is able to complete that pass, you've got Roberts in the corner wide open for a three-pointer, and he's the guy that's really gotten hot and hurt Virginia Tech from the outside.
Dunnican to inbound with 6 on the shot clock to Reed. Thinks about it from there and will fire. Can't get it to go, and here comes the Hokies transition. Jarrell Eddy for 3. 0 for 7 as a team now from downtown. And Bussey gets an and one the other way.
And you gotta like the play by Reed, kicking the ball ahead. And this is what Kendall Marshall was so great at North Carolina last year, seeing one of your teammates ahead, throwing them the ball, giving them opportunity to score against a defense that's not set. And Reed doing a great job running the show for Georgia Southern right now and keeping them composed, especially by having Eric Ferguson on the bench, leaning on a number of other guys to score. And Georgia Southern doing a great job in this first half, continuing to hold Virginia Tech off. And not only that, Virginia Tech with only 23 points. With 2.5 minutes left to go. The defense from Georgia Southern has truly been tremendous.
Georgia Southern are now 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Green with a 3-point attempt, but Van Zegeren gets the board. And there's Barksdale to clean it up again.
And another opportunity, second chance opportunity for C.J. Barksdale, and 3 opportunities on that possession by Virginia Tech. But what they're not doing from the perimeter on shooting the basketball, they are taking advantage of the interior on the offensive board.
Crowd getting into it, under 2 minutes left in the half. Looking for that Hokie comeback. Bussey tries to split the defense. Out of control, and it's a charge against Bussey, even though the basket went in.
Bussey does a great job avoiding the trap. However, whenever you leave your feet as a basketball player, 1 foot, you have very little control as to where your body goes. And on that possession, Van Zegeren doing a great job of positioning themselves to take a charge.
Hokies looking for the tie or the lead. Green, free throw line. Eddie sets the feet. Misses again. Will Johnston, the walk-on three-point shooter's out there for the Hokies. Maybe they could try him, because everybody else is 0 for 8 to start this game. Going for the steal is Green. Roberts a long 3. Swishes it home.
And that's the one time the over-aggressiveness by Eric Green cost them, because with him missing the steal, he opened up an opportunity for Reed to get the ball right back to Roberts, who was able to step up and knock down another 3.
6 3-pointers for the Eagles, none so far for the Hokies, as Green, another running one-hander, is in.
But you got to love the fact that he knew he made a mistake on the last possession. He comes back, hey guys, I cost us 3, I'll go get us 2, just to make sure we can stay close in this game.
Game high 13 for Green. And under a minute now for the Eagles. Forced 3, and another one for Georgia Southern, my goodness.
Now 7 3-pointers in the first half for Georgia Southern, and out of their 33 points, 21 of them have come from behind the 3-point line. The question is, can they maintain this throughout the second half?
Go for the last shot here. Shot clock off, under 15 seconds for Green. Paddling against Bussey, waiting for 9. Here it is. Green will drive. Ball loose, though. And Georgia Southern with a break to Roberts. And is it a foul or is it out of bounds?
I believe they got the foul, and Roberts would have an opportunity to go to the free throw line with 1.8 to be able to push this up. But look at the great pass by Reed. And Reed maybe could have taken that himself, but that's his personality. He's an unselfish guy, a true point guard. He won't